On a single day, Princess Anne, younger sister to King Charles III, completed 5 engagements, exemplifying her long-held dedication to her royal duties. Known for her quiet commitment and diligent work ethic, she has often been content to stay in the background, letting others take the spotlight. However, the pressure on younger members of the royal family can sometimes be challenging to manage, and for Princess Anne, this has been no exception. Yet, in an unexpected turn, everything is set to change. In a surprising move, Princess Anne is finally stepping forward, breaking her silence in a way that has stunned everyone around her. To understand the significance of these recent revelations, we need to trace back to the start of Princess Anne's life. She was born on August 15, 1950, at Clarence House, into a life of immense privilege and equally immense responsibility. As the second child and only daughter of Princess Elizabeth, Duchess of Edinburgh, who would soon become Queen Elizabeth II, and Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, her arrival was celebrated with a grand 21-gun salute in Hyde Park. Even from the outset, it was evident that her life would differ from that of her elder brother Charles. While her mother prepared to take the throne after the passing of King George VI in 1952, Anne's early years were spent under the care of a governess, Catherine Peebles. Despite the guidance, Anne often felt lonely as the only girl in a family where Charles was being groomed to inherit the throne. Anne understood early on that she would never be the focal point in the same way Charles was. While Charles was prepared for a role of leadership, her own duties were shaped for a supporting role, one meant to serve but remain largely in the background. Anne's mother became queen when she was just 2 years old, reshaping family dynamics and placing young Charles in the global spotlight as the heir to the throne. Anne, meanwhile, was guided toward a future focused on duty and service without the kind of public attention Charles endured. She quickly accepted this reality, embracing a life of responsibility that came without the weight of the crown. Being the second child meant she was never in line to become queen, a reality she accepted early and had no desire to challenge. With the birth of Charles's sons, Anne's position in the line of succession shifted further down. Far from feeling resentful, she took pride in contributing to the royal family in her own unique way. It seemed she had renounced any claim to the throne long ago, focusing instead on carving out her own path. But despite this resolve, life would bring unexpected changes, altering her story in ways she never anticipated. One of the most defining aspects of Anne's character has been her passion for horses. Equestrianism was not only her passion but also an escape from the rigid structure of royal life. Growing up, Anne pursued hobbies and interests, finding a deep connection with horses. Though the public knew her as Princess Anne, she found peace in the stables, where she was simply Anne. Her accomplishments in equestrian sports were noteworthy. At just 21, she won the European Eventing Championship, gaining recognition in the sporting world. In 1971, she was named BBC Sports Personality of the Year, a testament to her dedication and skill. Competing with the British eventing team for over 5 years, she even participated in the 1976 Montreal Olympics. During one event, she suffered a concussion but, demonstrating her characteristic resilience, remounted her horse and completed the course, despite having no memory of the jumps. In 1986, Princess Anne became the president of the Fédération Équestre Internationale, solidifying her influence in the equestrian world even beyond her competitive years. She remained a prominent figure in equestrian sports, using her position to promote discipline and support athletes. She has also been a patron of the Riding for the Disabled Association since 1971, a role she still cherishes. Fast forward to today, Princess Anne is seen as one of the most respected and reliable members of the royal family. Many often say that Anne is one of the busiest and hardest working royals. Since the age of 18, Princess Anne has demonstrated a relentless work ethic through numerous royal duties with unwavering commitment. Her first public duty came shortly after finishing secondary school, when she opened an educational and training centre in Shropshire in 1969. From that moment on, she embarked on a path of responsibility, representing the royal family both domestically and abroad. Over the decades, Anne has toured countless countries, including Norway, Jamaica, Australia, and even Russia, making her one of the most travelled royals. Her first overseas engagement was a state visit to Austria with her parents, followed by a tour of Australia in 1970. This set the tone for a career of global representation, where she frequently acted as an ambassador for the United Kingdom, fostering relationships and goodwill worldwide. One of her most groundbreaking visits came in 1990 when she became the first member of the British royal family to visit the Soviet Union, invited by President Mikhail Gorbachev. Anne's visit was a diplomatic move during a time of significant political change, and she returned to Russia in 2016 to commemorate the 75th anniversary of Operation Dervish, underscoring her commitment to historical and military remembrance. Anne's dedication extends beyond state visits. Since 1970, she has been deeply involved with Save the Children, initially as its president and later as its patron. She has visited numerous projects worldwide, including in Bangladesh, South Africa, and Mozambique, showing a personal commitment to the organization's mission. Her work was recognized in 1990 when she was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize by Kenneth Kaunda, then president of Zambia. Over the years, Anne has aligned herself with over 200 charities and organizations, supporting a wide range of causes. Her passion for healthcare is evident through her patronage of organizations like St. John Ambulance, where she serves as Commandant-in-Chief. She also supports the Royal College of Midwives, the Royal College of Emergency Medicine, and the Magpie Air Ambulance, demonstrating a strong focus on medical and emergency services. Anne's commitment to education and professional development has been evident throughout her life. Since 1981, she has served as Chancellor of the University of London, a role she took on after the retirement of the Queen Mother. She has also been Chancellor of the University of Edinburgh since 2011, succeeding her father. Through these roles, she has championed higher education and continues to be actively involved in academic ceremonies and initiatives. Her engagements do not stop there. In 2007, she was appointed Grand Master of the Royal Victorian Order, following in her grandmother's footsteps. She has also taken over roles previously held by her father, such as President of the Royal Society of Arts and Master of the Corporation of Trinity House, reflecting her readiness to assume leadership roles within British institutions. Despite the vast array of her official duties, Anne's most remarkable quality is her ability to consistently maintain a packed schedule. In 2017, it was reported that she had undertaken the most engagements of all the royals, including the Queen. This title as the hardest-working royal is well-earned, given her sheer number of public appearances, events, and patronages. Her straightforward approach to duty, famously expressed by her saying, "Keep me busy. I'm here to work," is a testament to her philosophy of service. Anne's commitment to her duties was also evident following Queen Elizabeth II's passing in 2022. She became the first woman to participate in a vigil of the princes, standing guard beside her mother's coffin in both St. Giles Cathedral in Edinburgh and later in Westminster Hall. This poignant act of respect underscored Anne's role as a steadfast figure within the royal family, ready to take on even the most solemn responsibilities. Anne's devotion to charity work continues with organizations like Mercy Ships, which operates hospital ships providing medical care in developing countries, and WISE, encouraging women to pursue careers in science, engineering, and construction. Her patronages demonstrate a broad interest and a desire to uplift communities and industries. Throughout her career, Anne has maintained a nuanced image. While her sharp wit and sometimes blunt manner earned her the nickname, her royal rudeness, in her youth, these traits have helped her establish a reputation for sincerity and reliability. Unlike some other members of the royal family, she opted not to give her children titles. Despite being in her 70s, Anne shows no signs of slowing down. In 2023, she succeeded the Duke of Kent as President of the Commonwealth War Graves Commission, adding another title to her long list of responsibilities. This role involves preserving the memory of those who died in conflicts, aligning with her long-standing support for military organizations. Although they grew up on different paths within the royal family, Princess Anne and King Charles III share a close, playful, and supportive bond that has stood the test of time. With just 21 months between them, the siblings spent much of their childhood together, navigating the challenges of royal life while their parents were often busy with official duties. From their early years at Buckingham Palace to their respective passions and responsibilities as adults, Charles and Anne's relationship has always been marked by camaraderie and mutual support. Their closeness was evident from a young age, growing up as toddlers at Buckingham Palace after their mother's coronation. Charles and Anne became each other's primary playmates in a royal household where their parents frequently traveled for engagements. This early bond created a foundation that remained strong, even as they took different paths within the royal family. While Charles, as the heir apparent, was groomed for his future role as king, and found her place as one of the most hardworking and dedicated members of the family, known for her extensive charity work and public engagements. Their shared experiences of royal upbringing brought them closer, and in recent years, the public has witnessed glimpses of their playful dynamic during King Charles's coronation celebrations. A touching moment caught on camera highlighted the close bond he shares with his sister, Princess Anne. As Anne approached her brother, she cheerfully greeted him with the affectionate nickname, "Hello, old bean." This simple exchange was a heartwarming reminder of their enduring connection and the playful spirit they have maintained over the years. Despite their serious royal duties, Charles and Anne have never shied away from letting their hair down and enjoying each other's company. Whether attending the Braemar Games or sharing a laugh at Buckingham Palace, they have shown that even amidst the pressures of royal life, there's always room for a bit of fun. Their shared love for equestrian pursuits has also played a significant role in strengthening their bond. Both Charles and Anne inherited a passion for horses from their mother, Queen Elizabeth II, who was an avid rider. As children, the siblings often rode horses together, deepening their connection through a shared love of the activity. Even in adulthood, they were frequently seen attending polo matches, a reflection of their mutual appreciation for equestrian sports. Beyond sports, Charles and Anne also share a passion for gardening. In their youth, they spent time nurturing a small vegetable patch at Buckingham Palace. Charles fondly recalled their attempts to grow tomatoes with the guidance of Mr. Nutbeam, the palace's head gardener. The siblings delighted in the simple joys of planting and cultivating their garden, a hobby that has followed them into adulthood. Today, Charles is known for his love of gardening, particularly at his residence, Highgrove House, where he developed the famous Highgrove Gardens and even designed a garden for the RHS Chelsea Flower Show in 2001. Though Anne may not be as publicly involved in gardening projects, she continues to appreciate spending time outdoors, connecting with nature. These shared interests have allowed them to find common ground, fostering moments of togetherness away from their public responsibilities. Despite their busy schedules, Charles and Anne have always made time for each other, a testament to the strength of their relationship. Over the years, Anne has been a steadfast supporter of her brother, especially during challenging times. Following the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, Anne played a significant role in the ceremonies and traditions marking this period of transition. She stood by Charles's side during the late Queen's procession, symbolizing her unwavering support as he stepped into his new role as king. During the coronation, Anne was honored with the prestigious title of Gold Stick in Waiting, a historic position that underscored her role as a bodyguard entrusted with the monarch's safety. She also served as a personal aide-de-camp to Charles, riding on horseback behind him and Queen Camilla, visibly demonstrating her commitment to her brother and his new responsibilities. Their bond is not only rooted in shared interests and duties but also in their ability to find moments of joy. Over the years, they have often been spotted sharing laughter at public events, whether during official engagements or family gatherings. One particularly memorable moment was during the late Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebrations, where Charles and Anne were seen joking and enjoying each other's company. In early 2024, the announcement of Charles's cancer diagnosis took the world by surprise. After undergoing a routine procedure for benign prostate enlargement, doctors discovered another health issue that led to further tests, revealing a form of cancer. While the palace clarified it was not prostate cancer, they refrained from disclosing specifics about the type. Despite the concern that spread worldwide, Charles remained composed, expressing gratitude for the swift intervention of his medical team and the outpouring of support he received. His doctors advised him to temporarily step back from his public-facing duties, as his health now required careful management. With Charles beginning his treatment and taking a step back, questions arose about who would take on his many duties. Princess Anne, known for her relentless work ethic, quietly assumed many of the responsibilities that would have otherwise fallen to Charles. From attending state functions to representing the royal family internationally, Anne ensured a seamless royal presence, sparing the public any sense of the king's absence. While Anne was willing to take on this added burden, this period also revealed some underlying tensions within the family. Reports surfaced about a subtle but significant rift between Princess Anne and Queen Camilla. The issue was not so much about who would handle the king's duties, but rather how it was all being managed. Camilla insisted that Charles should maintain some of his commitments, even if it meant a limited number of engagements, so the public could see their king as resilient despite his illness. However, this approach put pressure on Charles to make public appearances when his health might have benefited from more rest. For Anne, this approach seemed impractical, even a little reckless. She believed that Charles needed to focus entirely on his recovery and that the family should rally around him without expecting him to exceed his limits. Her stance stemmed not only from concern for her brother but also from her deep sense of duty. Anne, long known as the hardest-working royal, was prepared to carry the extra load, allowing Charles the time he needed to recover. As Anne took on an increasing number of royal engagements, the differing approaches between her and Camilla became more apparent. According to insiders, Anne felt strongly that if Camilla truly wished to support Charles, she should take on more of his public duties herself, rather than encouraging him to maintain his schedule. True to her character, Anne reportedly expressed her frustrations privately, yet her loyalty and dedication to her brother remained evident throughout this challenging period, and questioned why Camilla chose to continue with what appeared to be a business-as-usual approach. Anne's stance was straightforward: the king's health should be the top priority, and if that meant stepping back entirely, then so be it. Camilla, however, held a different perspective. She believed that if Charles withdrew from public life, even temporarily, it would create unease and uncertainty among the public. To Camilla, maintaining stability and continuity in the monarchy was crucial, which included showing the public their king, even if only occasionally. As a result, Anne bore the bulk of the additional work. Though she remained diplomatic and avoided displaying any tension in public, those close to her could see the immense pressure she was under. Her unwavering commitment meant she frequently traveled across the country, attending events, and even taking on duties far from her typical role. Anne's motivation wasn't recognition; she saw it as her duty to support her brother and ensure the monarchy continued to function smoothly. Eventually, as Charles's health showed improvement, he began to resume some of his responsibilities, still under medical supervision. His engagements were carefully managed to ensure his recovery wasn't compromised. The palace announced that Charles's treatment would continue, but he felt positive about his progress and was eager to gradually return to his public role. Throughout this period, Anne continued to support her brother, stepping in whenever necessary, while also keeping a watchful eye on his well-being. Then, Princess Anne broke the silence, reportedly surprising everyone by saying, "It's time to tell everything," suggesting that Camilla had revealed her true intentions when Charles needed support the most. This revelation questioned Camilla's suitability for the role of queen. The announcement was emotional, with Charles visibly moved and tearful as he acknowledged Anne's age and her years of quiet resilience. In contrast, Camilla appeared visibly shocked as she absorbed the shift. Some sources even claimed this led to a recent unexpected decision by King Charles. Reportedly, he named his sister, Princess Anne, as the new queen. Sources explained that Charles's decision reflected his deep trust in Anne. Throughout his life and reign, she had been his steadfast ally, showing resilience and a strong work ethic he felt would guide the monarchy through modern challenges. To him, Anne embodied the strength and dedication essential for steering the royal family forward amid growing pressures. It's believed that Anne was more than willing to take on this role. For years, she has been known for putting others first, devoting herself tirelessly to royal duties without ever seeking the spotlight. Now, at this crucial juncture, she would step forward, not just as a supporter but as a leading figure in the monarchy. Her relationship with Camilla has reportedly been strained, and this new role might be Anne's way of standing firmly by her brother's side, feeling she could do so more effectively than Camilla. What are your thoughts on this decision? Let us know in the comments and subscribe to our channel for more updates.